Now, companies are coming under increasing pressure to be more eco-friendly. But how does one tell if a firm is truly as green as it claims to be? Well, enter a new set of professionals, the sustainability auditors or green consultants. One of them is Pamela Fan, who leads the sustainability team at KPMG. Pamela, good to have you with us this evening. Tell us, what is the role and purpose of the sustainability officer, first of all?
I think it's very key that, we play a big role in terms of putting credibility and trust in terms of the information that's being presented by companies when it comes to sustainability information. It can range from, let's say, the environmental information down to social kind of impact information. And it's really very important that we as auditors remain independent, having this framework to help us provide a way to actually audit and provide assurance, giving that confidence to basically all the stakeholders, be it the regulators, the user of the financial statements, the investors. So I think throughout this whole process, as the auditors come in, we kind of question the whole process, question the data, question the integrity of all this information, and making sure that all these matrices that is being disclosed is done at the same adequate level of assurance and as what financial reporting has right now in today's society.
So what would be some of the more common key indicators or key metrics that you would have as auditors to work with?
I think, interestingly, a lot of companies are looking at disclosing their greenhouse gas information, really because that is one of the criteria to go towards a net zero society, right? And in doing so, I think they have set out a lot of information about their scope 1, scope 2, and scope 3 information. Putting aside all this, I think what's relevant to many of us is probably waste and electricity consumption information that we do as well. We audit such information as well. Closer to what I think you and I have is about gender diversity that a company has, and also the board representation. So there are various types of information out there in the sustainability reporting that we as auditors can do, and to put that trust back into that information out there.
So it sounds to me like there would be benefits for the bottom lines of companies who want to do these sustainability audits.
Of course, I think the primary thing is it is also assurance to themselves as a company, right? In terms of getting themselves checked through a rigorous process, in terms of like having standards auditors coming in to check on them. In doing so, they can also have fact-finding on themselves through that process, knowing what went wrong as well. And also, I think most importantly, understanding their own pathway to their net zero plan, their sustainability plan, and knowing where they need help and where they could go wrong and where they can do better as well. I think ultimately every company chooses not to greenwash at the end of the day. So with auditors coming in, I think that helps to support them in their business decision as well.
Okay, so you mentioned greenwashing. That's like companies making false claims to, say how green their products are. So a sustainability audit will be able to discover these discrepancies in their accounts?
I think it's more to reduce the risk of greenwashing, just to make sure that information put out or the statements that they put out are aligned to what they already have. You wouldn't want to be assuring things like a blanket statement like I'm cutting how much energy and all that without real facts backing it. So I think to that extent, that kind of lower that risk of greenwashing. But of course, with that, as auditors, we always have a keen look at the data and all the facts and circumstances across the various data set, just to make sure that, try to lower that risk of greenwashing.
Thank you, Pamela, for sharing that insight. That was Pamela Fan, who leads the sustainability team at KPMG.